My brother posted this on Snapchat, Lamau. About to be surprising everyone at school tomorrow. Lol, I didn't mean anything by that surprise. The cops came and asked me about my post. I got a haircut, lol. Almost 1 year ago, when I went to a fancy restaurant in Okinawa, I got drunk and asked our chef if I could wear his hat and pretend to cook for him. Alright, but that's an adorable ass photo. That's great. Evan is absolutely smashing World's Strongest Man, but his poor nan is in last place. Evan Singleton, number 1. Evan's Nana, 6. Saw this guy and said, ew, 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 ugly, and then felt so bad I cried and bought him. Good job. Good job. That's what they wanted. They got ya. They freaking got ya. She has told the whole internet his password. My boyfriend is an intellectual. Password is apples. My bad. How is that even allowed? Made it when I was like 6. How have you not been hacked? It's plural. As far as I'm concerned, there are 4 movie ratings. Good, liked it. Good, didn't like it. Bad, didn't like it. Bad, liked it. My parents are arguing. The reason? In 1992, my dad called mom half a rotisserie chicken, plain, no stuffing, and she never forgot. Yeah, that's like a death sentence. You better be careful saying that. I remember when I was 6, I got a hold of my dad's ID, and it had an expiration date. Spent 3 hours crying because I thought that he was set to die on that date. He asked me why I was crying, and I didn't tell him because I was scared he was gonna cry as well. That is so... Oh, you sweet thing. Oh my gosh. My grandpa's last words to me on his deathbed were, "They cut off my balls." And he made me lean in to whisper it into my ear, then started laughing so hard we had to call the nurse. Alright, but like, what a way to like, I mean, I'd rather that. That'd be great. That'd be great. That's a great story to tell. We went through my kid's iPad. My wife is upset, but Latina twerk compilation has me crying tears? Oh no. Romanian handyman I've known for 2 years came by today. I said, "Hey, how are you?" He says, "You do not need to say this." We don't have to keep doing this. I did not even consider how these would have been made with the 2s. But also, like, why don't you just make the, like, curved part, the top curved part of the 2, the glasses, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make part of the O of the frame clear or so. Someone knows what I'm talking about. I don't know. I'm not insane. How did they do this back in 1111? That's okay. They're asking the real questions. Which one are you? A circle? In the Triangle Factory? How queer! I've never seen such a thing. I must inquire about this further with my supervisor post-haste. I guess we do in circles now. I used to work at a bakery, and each time something looked a bit off, I just ate it. I mean, honestly, like, yeah, it's free food. If it doesn't look like it can be sold, eat it. And then we have that person, the drawing of that person. If you see a circle, eat the circle. I'm thinking about getting a boob job. Not because I dislike my natural breasts, I just hate eye contact. Bro, when I was a kid, they really just mailed everyone a giant book full of everyone's names, addresses, and phone numbers. The egos of bouncers just pure boggles my mind. You're guarding a nightclub door, not the Chamber of Secrets. Babysitting a 4-year-old has me convinced that what video games need is Little Buddy mode, where a kid can have a character that just jogs along with you and can help get their own encouraging score, but cannot be harmed. I mean, have you played Super Mario Bros. Wonder or any of the recent Super Mario 2D platformers? I bought a new car battery and it was like $220, and the girl at the AutoZone said, "Want to see how much it would cost if you needed 99 of them?" And I said, "Okay." So she typed 99 in the quantity and the price went to $23,000. And she said, "That's how much it would cost." And I said, "Okay." You could be having the worst day of your fucking life, and here comes your fat ass cat begging for food again. I was applying for homeowners insurance today, and they asked if I had any pets, to which I said, yes, 2 cats. And then they asked me, have they been trained to attack or cause bodily harm? And I wanted to know if anyone had been able to do this, because I'll hire you. Chess guys get so mad when you call it a horse. Buddy, that's on you. You're the ones who chose to make it that exact shape. Imagine if social media closed every day at 6 p.m. like a shop. I actually think that wouldn't be the worst thing. Cooking together is a form of intimacy. No one who actually cooks wants to cook with other people in the kitchen, lol. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Gen Z workers think showing up 10 minutes late to work is as good as being on time. They are correct. It's 10 minutes, who gives a shit? It's 1925. I'm leaning against this lamppost on the lookout for dames who are looking for trouble. I start flipping a quarter, I catch her eye. I fumble the quarter and it rolls into a sewer grate. I have lost the equivalent of $30,000. Dentist offices are the last frontier of businesses that are allowed to be one weird old guy boss and 100 hot girl employees. Husband's mom once forgot to hang up while on the phone with me, and next thing I heard was, "It's my daughter-in-law. I have no idea where I found such a good girl like this." And I'm still riding that high months later. I mean, dude, I'm still riding the time a girl called me cute 10 years ago. I mean, I get it. Just found out that 51 is divisible by 17. I feel fucking sick. I can't breathe. Just saw someone write DNA as D and A. God save us. The N in DNA stands for and, so they are correct. Also, it's God save us. God save their spelling. The feeling of forwarding an email you have been accused of not sending is probably the same as winning a duel. Showing up to the airport 40 minutes before my flight gives me such a rush. Missed my flight. Dude, it doesn't give me a rush, man. I'm just fucking bored. My dad said the word Frogger, and I cut him off to go, "I hardly know her." And he sighed big and went, "Just stop it. What would it mean to frog a woman?" Just saw a TikTok of someone saying they're never buying garlic again after they discovered this hack and literally planted garlic in their backyard and grew more. Brother, do you think you just discovered agriculture? United Airlines, your gate has changed to G8. Look, I don't care how you spell it, I just need to know where to go. My great-grandma was a week from turning 100. Lady had me make her some chicken feet, gravy, and rice, ate it, said, "Well, I'm done," closed her eyes, and never opened them again. Typing this makes me realize how crazy that was. Me whispering about you for the next 3 Thanksgivings. Don't eat what she brought, last thing she cooked killed Granny. Dude, honestly though, like, that's probably gotta be really sweet on, like, the inside, like, giving someone their last meal and they liked it, and then they drift up. Like, I don't know, man, that's kind of freaking sweet. That kind of gets me choking up a little bit. Every time I get a gray hair, I remember that one of my stem cells is like, the working conditions here are awful and I am done. And I respect that, from a labor's perspective. Happy 3-year anniversary to the time that I was standing in front of the castle in Magic Kingdom, and I got the call from my gyno that I had chlamydia and had to go pick up my meds from the Disney pharmacy, and my mom called it the clappiest place on earth. Why does Minnie Mouse wear heels? She's the only female mouse Mickey knows. Pressure's off, girl. Your boyfriend doesn't even have a shirt. Luna Snow. Hey, not bad. I'm fucking obsessed with this game. How do people afford big-ass houses like these, then don't fucking decorate them? Yeah, I do not need a house bigger than, like, most houses you see in America. Like, I don't have nearly enough things to put on the wall. Most things I have that go on the wall are in my room, and it's mostly movie posters. Whenever I'm feeling down, I remember the company dinner when an intern turned to our CEO and asked, "Who are you?" Shit. Breaking. FBI warns the public not to point lasers at or attempt to shoot down suspected drones in New Jersey. Well, that pretty much ensures people are going to point lasers at drones now, doesn't it? I grew up watching cartoons in French, and I remember trying to make friends in school, asking everyone, "Y'all watch Bob l'Esponge?" Oh my god, they bullied me so hard. Dating coach. So you tried flirting? Me. Sure, I gave her the look. Dating coach. Show me. I bite my lip seductively. Dating coach. Have you considered biting the bottom lip? Great. I told my builder that I wanted my bathroom to look like the Ministry of Magic, and not only was he completely unfazed, he managed to make it look exactly how I imagined. That lamp is, or rather the mirror with the light behind it, pretty cool. Raw milk is one of those ideas that can really only take hold when people haven't seen a cow. If you see a cow from, let's say, 10 feet or less, you immediately understand the problem that pasteurization is solving. I asked my nephew if he wanted the PS5, and he said, "No, TD, my Wii works just fine. Go invest in a stock. I'm raising a king." Her nephew looking at her typing this. "You could leave $1,000 with me and I won't take nothing, but you leave like 20 chicken nuggets with me, you're gonna come back to like 17 or 18 of them things." Every year, y'all say, "What did Kevin's dad do to afford that house?" What about his mom? Am I to think a woman with this many pantsuits is a homemaker? Guns N' Roses' only criteria for calling a place paradise: 1. Women are attractive. 2. Grass, normal color. Whenever I see someone trying to parallel park, I avert my eyes and continue walking, giving them the privacy they need because I'm a decent human being. These teens just recorded me failing to parallel park while blaring Olivia Rodrigo. Do not tell me if you see it on TikTok. Okay, so I clicked a phishing email, and now I'm in trouble for what? Being too trusting? Too unconditionally loving? Too open to the universe's surprises? Met a pilot at the bar last night, and he said that autopilot is at such an advanced stage that they just chill and play Fortnite in the cockpit most of the time. They are definitely lying. Watching old Beatles concerts is so fascinating. It's 4 guys shaped like suits going, "Plinky plonky, let me love you, girlie, oh yeah," and then it cuts to the audience and there's a girl having the most intense spiritual experience of her life. When someone tells me, "Great question," I never hear their answer because I'm busy congratulating myself for asking such a great question. What level of adulting have you reached? Can't be sad today, I have a lot of work. Yay. I want a girl with a short skirt and long vid. Can you settle for a girl with sweatpants and polio? Normalize shaming and making people feel uncomfortable. Your married brother brings his side piece to the barbecue. Say something. Your homie isn't taking care of his kids. Cut them off. We can't be enabling such poor behavior. Holding people accountable begins with relationship. Yeah, and if you're at a party and if someone says a weird, uncomfortable, offensive joke, ask them why it was funny. Ask them to explain it and watch them stumble. My roommate just told me that the invigilator, I don't think I've ever said that in my life, for his exam shouted, "Hey Siri," mid-exam, and he caught like 5 people with phones. These people are getting too creative, man. Spy Kids has been added to the National Film Registry. I had no idea that happened. Do you ever think about how Robert Rodriguez made Spy Kids as a fun green screen action movie for kids, and then 25 years later, every mainstream Hollywood movie is just Spy Kids? What's the cheapest shit y'all ever did? One time, I went and got a rental car of my exact make and model, manually swapped all 4 tires from my car to the rental, then took it back. Had a whole new set of tires for about $75. I mean, look, man, honestly, that's genius, and I hope you didn't get in trouble. I had a roommate who was a blacksmith, and he kept a sword under his bed and just had knives lying around. One time, he got cut by his sword, and we had to take him to the ER, and he was so smug because the doctor was like, "That was a really, really sharp knife. It cut so cleanly." Hi, mate. I noticed you've started the Teams meeting 2 minutes early. Have fun in there. See you in 2.5 minutes. Yeah, no, I'm not saying shit until it is time to say some shit. Screech of laughter at the Hot Jeopardy winner's spelling of Tinder. No E. Good job. Millennials be like, "Terrible service. 5 stars and 20% tips so this idiot can pay their bills." Yeah, I mean, look, you can complain about things all you want, but you gotta realize that human-ass beings are working that shit, and they gotta live too. Keep it or tear it out. This is literally the best spot to place a Christmas tree if I've ever seen one. All right, you know what? I was gonna say tear it out until they mentioned that. This would be a great place for a Christmas tree. And then you could get, well, maybe. You can maybe get a photo of, like, family up on the stairs on the side of the tree, maybe? Depends how wide the tree is. Uber driver, blank, me, blank, Uber driver, blank, me, blank, Uber driver. We're here. Me, 5 stars, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Actually, I think the only times I've taken an Uber ever were at Disney when I needed to get back to my hotel, and they've been pretty nice. Either they don't say anything, which is great, or they talk about how their grandfather was an Imagineer and built cool shit at the park, and that's also cool. I've never had a bad experience yet. My wife is so much better looking than me that a cashier just put a plastic divider down in the middle of our groceries. British art dealer Angus Neal says he is the zombie from 28 Years Later, not Cillian Murphy. Man really said, no one's stealing my moment. I just remembered the time I went on a first date to London Zoo, and at the gate he asked if I would mind paying for my own ticket, which I said I would, at which point he pulled out a 2-for-1 voucher, so I paid for my ticket and he went in for free. Wow. Heartbreaking. JRPG Corridor has gone on for far longer than you expected, and you are starting to suspect that you actually took the correct path by accident. Yeah, man, I'm a freak. I love to explore and do side stuff a lot, so I'm all, when I see two paths presented to me, I'm like, all right, but which one's the secret and which one is the way forward?